All right, guys. So we have seen some crazy tantrums in public, especially over the last few years, and they've come from both adults and kids. But the one from a kid that has become known as the Walmart girl is particularly shocking. Let's get into it. Welcome to my channel, Outspoken Samantha. I appreciate you being here, whether this is the first time you have clicked on one of my videos or you are a returning supporter. Now, before we all get too distracted, please hit the thumbs up button. Help me reach my goal of getting to 10,000 subscribers before Christmas and hit that subscribe button. And also, make sure that your notifications are turned on so that you never miss out on a conversation like the one we're about to have. All right, so let's just set this up. A couple of days ago, a video went viral on social media of a young girl having an absolute meltdown in Walmart. Now, tantrums from kids have become a relatively normal sighting these days, especially while in the grocery store. It's rare to be able to go on a trip to your local Walmart or Target or Costco or whoever your grocer of choice is and not hear at least one kid raising a fuss and making it known that they are not having a good time. And while there are probably plenty of different opinions on these scenarios and how they should be handled, whether the parents should stop their shopping trip immediately and take their kid home for a solid timeout, or for parents to address the situation and get their kid to calm down before continuing on with their shopping errand. What seems to have become the most popular reaction over the last few years is for parents to just ignore their child completely, let them scream and continue shopping as if their kid isn't having an all-out meltdown right in front of them, that they're not losing their mind, which I don't know about you guys, is something that completely blows my mind. I mean, I generally don't judge parents as a general rule, but this approach to parenting will get a minimum of a side eye from me, and I don't think that I'm alone. All that being said, I think, as I said, for better or for worse, we've gotten used to this, and it's usually very young kids that are the prime offenders, as they're the most difficult to reason with, and they can erupt over absolutely nothing, and they haven't quite grasped the concept that public outbursts are inappropriate. However, considering more and more adults don't seem to have learned that lesson either, the fact that more and more kids are following suit can't really be a surprise to anyone. This is where we get to Walmart Girl. This video was taken at a Walmart in New York, and I can't really tell how old she is. She looks to be maybe 6, 7, 8 years old at the most, but what we do know is that she's not a toddler, and she is definitely old enough to know better. And the havoc that she wreaks on this store is beyond anything that I personally have witnessed from your run-of-the-mill everyday toddler fit. Now let's watch the video, and you guys can tell me in the comments how your parents would have reacted had you ever tried to pull crap like this, because I can tell you right now that had the thought even crossed my mind to behave this way in public or in private, I would not be with you today.
I gotta do that.
Now, I just want to stop there for 1 second. We have no idea who this girl's parents are. And you know why we don't know who it is? Because there's literally no one around her that is behaving like a parent. Then not one of these people is stepping forward to stop her, which is what a true parent would do. Since no one's doing anything, we don't know who she belongs to. At this point, other shoppers have to step in and do a better parenting job than whoever is raising this child.
I need to let her go.
So as we can see, we've got a couple people that are actually trying to intervene, and this other lady who was trying to figure out where the girl's parents are. But if that didn't raise your blood pressure enough, you're not even ready for the next lady who steps in, because this next woman is a blatant demonstration of exactly how we end up with kids like this. So take a deep breath. This woman said, "Don't do that," to a little girl who don't know what she's been through. And then she tries to step in and gentle parent this little monster. Are you kidding me? Don't do what to this little girl? Give her boundaries? Stop her abhorrent behavior? Teach her a lesson that clearly her parents aren't teaching her, that you can't just destroy things when you're upset? I hope and pray that this woman does not have children. And if you agree with her, please have your ovaries removed or go through some kind of sterilization procedure. I'm begging you, because the last thing we need is more people having kids and making excuses for this kind of behavior. And let's just be clear, this behavior did not start in the grocery store, and it will not end with this fit if this girl is not given boundaries and consequences now. And we can see the impact of how this parenting affects everything else in society. These parents are raising kids that are causing teachers to leave their profession in droves. As many issues that teachers have with the environment that they have to work in these days, the number one cited reason for them leaving their job is student behavior. And we're not talking about just the kid that gets a little mouthy once in a while or has the occasional fit now and then. These teachers are being violently attacked, assaulted, berated, disrespected, belittled, and dehumanized. And the kids that are doing it are getting younger and younger, and the behavior is coming from a higher and higher percentage of students. We have a mental health situation that has reached crisis levels with kids these days, despite the fact that they have access to more stuff and the latest developments in technology and the coolest toys and the nicest clothes and an abundance in choices and extracurricular activities to suit their specific interests than ever before. Yet they're more miserable now and more misbehaved now than ever before, with so many young adults growing up with no real sense of purpose or direction. And what's also been exploding over the last couple of decades? Broken homes, single parenthood, less presence in our kids' lives in general, and gentle parenting, where we've been brainwashed to believe that consequences are abusive and that we can just hug and snuggle our kids into being healthy, thriving, stable adults. As I said before, if I had ever tried this crap with my parents, especially my dad, I would not be here. My dad was amazing, and he was an intelligent and extremely compassionate human being. And one thing he believed in to his core was respect. We didn't disrespect our mother, we didn't disrespect him, and we did not disrespect other people. My dad also had this thing called the look. He could just look at us a certain way and we knew immediately to get our crap together. I grew up in a generation where spanking your kids was more common and acceptable than it is now. And this conversation really isn't about that issue. But you know, it really wasn't the spanking that kept kids in line. It was the knowledge that their parents were willing to go there if necessary. Because it's not always about the consequences themselves, but just knowing that if you misbehave, your parent isn't going to put up with your crap. Clearly, there are so many kids that have been raised without that understanding, and everybody else is having to pay for it. They're not deterred by the idea that they could end up paying for their poor choices because they've never been given a reason not to behave poorly. And when you raise kids like that, you end up with adults like this. Or my personal favorite, this one. She rear-ended another woman, and when the person that she hit asked for her insurance, she acted like this.
You're not hurt.
I'm fucking broke!
What?
We're broke and we can't afford irons!
It's not my problem.
Why can't you have a heart? Have a heart! Please!
No.
Piece of fucking shit! God damn it! I wouldn't give a shit if anybody did that to me! Oh no, the car's bruised! Who cares? It's cosmetic bullshit!
As this woman said that they can't afford higher insurance, I'm going to assume that she is married. So she's old enough to have a husband, but not old enough to handle an adult situation like an adult. Scary. The point is that this fosters behavior in adults where they believe that if they don't get their way, then they can retaliate in the most extreme ways because they don't know how to cope in a healthy way. But I would love to hear all of your thoughts on this in the comments below. Please, again, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. Make sure that you are subscribed. Keep it real, guys, and I will see you in the next one.